Hi, Mrs. Molnar. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. So we're here to talk about Jonathan and his new IEP. First off, I just want to talk a little bit about Jonathan and how great he is in class. And he's such a hoot, isn't he? He is. So some of the things I've noticed about Jonathan is he is an extremely hard worker, and when I give him a task, he is so focused and he is so determined to get it done that sometimes we cannot move on until we get it done. But it is a great trait that he has, and it's wonderful to see that in him. Some of the things we like to work for when we're working, really seems to enjoy art, specifically drawing people in the classroom and some of his surroundings or favorite activities at home. And he likes to look up YouTube videos, specifically pranks. So, have you noticed any of those things at home?
Yes, with his brother for sure.
Oh, that makes sense. And his brother's name is
James.
James. That's right. He talks about him all the time. And does Grandpa have a farm?
Yes, we go down to Kentucky every few months, and he has some acreage down there. We fish and we hunt, and yeah.
Okay. He talks about regularly going to Grandpa's farm, and I didn't know if it was a story or if it was something he actually did.
It is
So
true.
that is I know to take him serious when he talks about that
Yes,
from now on.
he enjoys it.
So let's go over. We gave him recently the Briggs test, and we'll go over some of his results. Then we'll go over some of his IEP goals, if you don't mind. So when we gave him the test, he scored roughly in the first to second grade range. He did have a few areas where he was in the third grade range, such as addition and subtraction. So it was nice to see that growth, but he pretty much was consistently in all categories in the first and second grade range. Now, with Jonathan being in the 11th grade, moving forward with the IEP, it was something I thought maybe it'd be time to move toward more life relevant skills. And how did you feel about that?
What kind of skills are you thinking?
I'm thinking specifically in an instance for math, money counting. I would like to add some cooking goals and more of independent living skills such as laundry and cleaning and job skills so that he can hold a job of his own and earn money and things of that nature. Would that be something you guys would like?
Yeah, that would be great.
Awesome. All right. So what we're going to do is we will go over some of his goals here. So for his first goal, I have written down Jonathan will be able to count $20 in change and cash by the end of this IEP. And for that, I have it broken down into some objectives. And objective one is that Jonathan will be able to count up to $20 with only cash. So the goal with that is to establish that he can count the cash value up to $20 first. And that's the easier of the two skills besides change. And we felt as though it was best for him so that way if he does want to go out to eat or if he does want to go purchase something, you don't have to worry about him not giving the right money or receiving the right change, as he will be able to count towards that. And the second objective is to be able to count up to $3 in just change, so quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies. And that way, when we get both of those objectives done, he should be able to complete the IEP goal. Do you have any questions about that?
So he has to master the first one before moving to the second?
Yes, that would be the goal, is for him to master the first part, and then we'll move on to objective 2, and that way we can complete the entire goal.
Should we practice that at home?
If you guys could practice that at home, that would be great. If you would like me to send home some materials, I can provide worksheets. If you need some money manipulatives or anything of that nature, let me know, and I will be sure that myself or one of the assistants is able to get you guys those materials.
Okay.
Is there anything that you've noticed that Jacob really loves to work for, just to help us with motivation to keep him moving forward?
I know you mentioned drawing. He likes art. He likes Legos a lot.
Legos, awesome. We do have some of those available to us, so I'll be sure to add those to the classroom.
And anything superhero.
Does he have a favorite?
Batman and Superman are
Batman and Superman. We will be able to. And is he allowed to have edibles?
Yes.
He is. Okay, so maybe I can see if we can find some Batman gummies or something of that nature to help him work for, and hopefully that'll help motivate him to complete this goal for us.
He loves food.
Don't we all? Next, I want to go over some of the special services. So recently, Jonathan has been on a plan to receive speech, 120 minutes per month. I think that's a great level. After speaking with our speech therapist, she seems to think as though this has been beneficial for him, and she recommends that we continue to the 120 minutes per month. Would you like to continue with that? Would you like more? Would you like less? Do you feel like he's improving in that area?
Yeah, what did he have last year?
He had 120 minutes as well a month last year.
Okay. So you don't think he needs any more than that?
She didn't think he needed any more. She felt as though they were getting a lot accomplished, and she had seen significant improvement in that area. She'll join us a little bit later in the meeting, and she can go over her goal specifically for him. And if you'd have any more questions for her in that area, we can definitely discuss and see if we can add some more time, if you would like that. Okay. Finally, I just want to say Jacob has really been working really hard lately. And he has, he's really shown great growth in the last 12 months over this last IEP, and myself and the aides and some of the other personnel in the school have really noticed a difference in him, not only in his ability as a student, but just in his social skills and all those little things that might go unnoticed. He seems much more conversational. He's going up to people on his own. He seems very happy. I hope you guys are seeing some of those things at home as well.
Yeah, he loves to go to the grocery store when we go and talk to everyone.
Yes, he has become quite the chatty Cathy, if you will.
Yes.
So we will continue on with this IEP, and we will move forward in getting this finalized. Our speech therapist will be in here in a moment for us to go over her goal, and we'll sign this off.
Any OT or PT anymore?
He didn't receive it this past year. Have you noticed anything that you thought he might need?
No, I just didn't know, because he received it last year, so I didn't know if he had made enough progress that was...
Yeah, they seem to think that he had moved on in that sense. So we can definitely, I'll make a note of that real quick, and I will call the OT and see if she thinks that maybe we could work in some time. Is there a certain amount of time you'd like?
No, I mean, he seems to be doing okay. I just, he's been working on Legos a lot at home, and I feel like he's been working on his fine motor, but I didn't know if he was receiving that at school or not, so. Okay.
Yeah, so we will talk about that, and I believe he was receiving, was it 90 minutes a month, or was he on 120?
I don't remember.
It looks as though he was at 120, so maybe we can see if we can get that so he can get on his 120 minutes a month once again. But everything else, he's making appropriate progress, and you might notice we have moved more towards life skill style goals. Do you have a end goal for him, what you would like for him to do?
I think he would just really like to get a job after school and just help out in the community.
Okay.
He really likes being a camp counselor.
Yes, he talks about that. Junior Counselor of the Year, I hear.
Yeah.
Yes, so we will make sure that all of that is in here and appropriate, and we will send you a final IP before we sign off on it. We'll make these amendments to it. We'll get the speech and the OT and all that straightened out.
Okay.
We'll sign off on it, and we'll get started on it right away.
Okay, when do we meet back to review all of this?
I believe in 2 weeks. So today is the 18th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that would put us at November 1st. So does that work for you?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.